Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Live section. Hi, everyone. Hi, hi. If you are coming in, okay, I think we have to start now. Hi, hi, hi. We are talking Australia visa, New Zealand visa, work visa, um, permanent visa, permanent resident, temporary. And I think I want to talk about the Canada study visa I talked about on my Facebook yesterday. I've got a lot of inquiry about it and I will talk about it as well. Hi everyone, please like my video as you come in. Thank you, thank you. Hi, how are you, Loretta Chi. I love your name, the way you combine it. Dalexty, how are you? My number one cheerleader, how are you? We've gone a long way. We've gone a long way. Dalexty, we've gone a long way. How are you? How is your family? How are you, Loretta? Hey, 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 hey. Machaba, how are you? Machaba, is that South Africa? Ultimately, South Africa, that's South Africa. One of my students in South Africa answers that name. Ultimately, and another person also answers Machaba as surname. I don't know whether it's you. Hello, hello, hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi Joe. Hi Joe. All right, so drop your question as we go. I don't know, this might be early for you guys, but I said let me do it. I have consultation in I think in 30 minutes, but let's push this. All right, bring your question around. Let's talk about it. Australia visa and New Zealand visa are different, but they are somehow similar. So from people that are saying if you do skill assessment in Australia, can you use it for New Zealand? No, you can't. Okay. But if you obtain your qualification in New Zealand, okay, it's acceptable in Australia. If you obtain your qualification in Australia, it's acceptable in New Zealand. So you don't go through you know, this hard process of this yeah. But the skill assessment you did in Australia, you cannot use it for New Zealand. Yeah, we are fine. Lexi, we are fine. We're fine, thank you. It's night now. Everyone has gone to sleep. It's me. All right. Um, we keep saying they are very close in not like in proximity. It's just that they share similar policy and they make their immigration policy similar. And you remember the ANSCO code, each Australia occupation list. You know the occupation list? The ANSCO code is Australia and New Zealand. That's the meaning of ANSCO. Australia and New Zealand, blah, 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 blah. Just to show you how they value each other. So they're telling you Australia and New Zealand standard. Your qualification is supposed to be in line, meet certain standards. So they're combining New Zealand and Australia together. But that doesn't mean that you can use their skill assessment to go, because New Zealand has their own skill assessment. I've made a video about it too. Australia, um, New Zealand skill assessment is very easy compared to Australia. Okay. Australia, someone said to me that Australia visa, you must write an exam. I say no. Point form. The person said because of point form. Okay. I was really surprised that at this stage people don't understand. Some people don't understand the meaning of point form. Australia visas like visa 491, 190, 189. It's point form, point base. Okay. You must have at least 65 points. You are not writing an exam to acquire those points. Those points comes from how old are you. So if you are younger, your points will increase for the allocated points for age. For example, let's say that age is 30 point max. The younger you are, the higher the point you will get. Okay. If you clock 45, you won't get any point. Okay. What are some of the visa interview questions? They will ask you, why do you want to come and study in New Zealand? We are coming to that. Hello from Australia. This will be interesting. Sasand Gross. Sasand Gross. How are you? How are you? Okay. We'll come to that question about New Zealand study visa. So what I was talking, so point form doesn't mean you're writing an exam. The person say why I don't like Australia and Canada is because the immigration policy system is about point form and they need to write exam. I say whoa, stop there. There is no exams about point form. Whichever exam you are writing is based on your profession. For example, as a nurse you write exam, as as a physiotherapist, a radiography, as a lab scientist, they do their skill assessment based on certain exam they have to write and pass. It's for their professional registration, like medical doctors. Okay, so points form has nothing to do with the exam. Not everybody will write exam in their skill assessment. A carpenter cannot write. Teachers do not write exam. All the teachers need is to make sure they have teaching qualification and at least degree, and also to have their IELTS standard 7788. Okay, so there is no exam for teachers, there is no exam for accountants, for example. Okay, engineers, they do portfolios, for example. So you saying that the point form is exam is wrong information. The point form means your age, you acquire point. How many years do you study? For example, if you have only degree, your points will be lesser. The person that will you will acquire point, but the person that has masters will have higher points than you. Does it make sense? Now talk of years of experience. 1 to 2 years have allocated points. 2 to 5 years, the higher your job experience, the higher the points you get. Now they said for you to qualify for visa 491, 180, sorry, 190, 189, which are permanent resident and temporary resident, you must at least have at least 65 points. So that's why I always tell people to go online and answer that question and check your point. Okay. But what some of you do is that when you go online to answer that question, you end up in one weird website where someone will say, pay $19 and we'll do skill assessment for you. I ended up telling you to pay that money and you pay that money. I keep saying, don't pay that money. That is not skill assessment. That thing, or Australia government, if you say, go and type on Google, point form, calculate, how to calculate point form for Australia migration policy, Australia migration, okay, or Australia visa, it will take you to give you website, but you see the one that is .au .gov.au. .gov.au is a government website in Australia. Okay, so that is the way you do it. I will find it and drop it on this comment section of this video when I finish. Okay, so if you don't have up to 65 points, don't go. However, 65 points is the lowest point you will have. Okay, a lot of people, for example, pharmacists, a lot of people are pushing to have like 90 points, which is one of the highest. Okay, 90, but if you are a pharmacist and you have like 70 points, you see you are below, because your mates are getting up to 90 points. It's not about the exam, it's about some of them will go and do this and they acquire more points. Some of them will go and write English and make sure they have 8. They keep writing because they know the competition is high. That is how they acquire point. And there are other ways they acquire points as well. Like there is the exam they call NATI about, local languages and stuff. Okay, so you add your points and your points will be increasing. So it's wrong to talk about exam. Let me talk about something again about the study visa. Okay, the home ties is applicable to every country, even UK is not serious with that anyway, but Canada is also serious with that. Okay, I refer someone to go and do a Canada student visa. Everybody I've referred to agents to go and do Canada student visa, some of them will be hooked with the ties they have in Nigeria on their home country. Okay, and that is some of the agents will help you to sort that out, because buying a land or arranging for a land paper is useless as nothing. Stop using it for your home ties. Okay, it's nothing. Anybody can have land and travel, you know that. Come back in the next 50 years, build, or you sell your land while you're abroad. So you go making papers. I think you would like it here. Some good growth area are Gold Coast, Queensland, and Perth. And where are you? Where are you? Okay, where are you? All right, so Stop paying money to go and get land documents for your study visa for any country. They won't regard these things. Land documents, anybody can buy a land, anybody can leave their land and travel. It's not a tie anymore. If you're looking for ties, please consider job, something to prove that you have a job and that job is for you waiting. Okay? Talk about reasonable job, well paid job. This is something you should be arranging. Not getting a land document is nothing these days. They don't consider it. Okay? So that is by the way. Okay? Now, Deborah, how are you? Debbie, how are you? Okay. I think I'll see you later today. I think if that's the Deborah I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about Australia. I keep saying it. Australia visa is hard. You know, yesterday I made a comment that said some Australia, the Gen Zs now are talking like UK people. I made that comment. I made that post on my Facebook. And I have some of my Aussie people commenting and one say that they can never because immigration is tight, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. That is how we acknowledge Australia. We don't have that culture where we come out and talk bullshit about Australia because this country has blessed us. This country has given us everything we wanted in a second country. So why should we come out and talk nonsense about this country just to create content or to chase clout? Or we don't like our culture, foreigners, migrants here that have been here for a long time. We don't have that culture. However, new people might change it. That is their freaking business. It's not our business anymore. Okay. But the thing is that this country is beautiful. Okay. This country is a country that when you finally get, you call it a home. Like if person say make you move, you go say move go away. Like a bekinaga. The weather is fantastic. If you want chilling one, you get chilling one. You want steamy, you know, the I don't know what to say. You talk about people, you talk about job, you talk about availability of job, you talk about simple life, simple nature, you know, talk about people. Okay. So I do motivate people that really want to migrate to Australia and are making concrete plan to move to Australia to go ahead. Keep pushing. Do not give up. As long as you have your plan, stick to your plan. We go and give you agents. If you see an agent, make sure you check so many things. From my video, you would have learned one or two things. Ask the agent, which visa are we going for? Ask questions, okay? There are still pretty good agents, okay? Yesterday, about the study visa as well. Study visa is still going on, but now it's tightened in the sense that you must know the course you are going to do, okay? Your age also, and the school. We keep talking about first level 1 schools as well, okay? If you are not very sure, or if you have gotten refusal in the past, I will say don't try. Just somehow, maybe you can try another country. One thing is that sometimes you don't get to the country you want to go to immediately. Sometimes you have to go through another country to connect to another country. Okay, if that is your case, go ahead. As long as you don't lose focus. When you go to that your transition country, you make sure you have a valid visa. You make sure if you know you're acquiring job experience or qualification. Okay, if you're not getting any of these things, then there won't be any opportunity for you to finally move to your final destination. Okay, for example, someone that moved to the UK went to study, didn't finish the study, drop out, there is no qualification gotten from UK, then you are working job but you don't have a permit, a valid visa. Okay, tell me, how will you move to another country? It's hard. Okay, because for example, then you said, okay, I want to go to Australia, I want to go to New Zealand, I want to go to UK, I want to go to America from UK. Now the question is, what interesting are you going to show in your CV? Because that thing you got from Africa that you used to go to UK is the same thing that is going to be in your CV. Okay, you didn't get that study, and you can't say you are living in UK because you don't have a permit. Because in your visa application, if you say you are living in the UK, okay, tick that's where you're living, they will ask you For the permit you are currently, are you a permanent or a temporary resident? You need to tell, and you show them evidence. So if you don't have a valid visa, that is where the problem is. I see people go to Cyprus, they drop out of school, they don't have a visa, and they want to move. There is nothing to show that you are in Cyprus. You don't have qualification from there. There's nothing to touch up your CV, you know. Touch up your CV something. Someone I'm helping to do skill assessment, I say to this person, don't allow your UK visa. If you're on this live section, I say to this person, don't allow your UK visa to expire before you conclude your process. I know why I'm saying this. Do not, no matter how you love this money, you are working so hard to make this money, and you don't have time to bring your document or do things and push this and finish your skill assessment and go for a job. No matter how much you love this money, if your visa expires in the UK and you find yourself in Nigeria, you're going to blame yourself, because God has given you the opportunity, but you useless it because of love for money. Okay? Sometimes some things have to go for you to achieve something. Okay? Take time off work, gather your document for skill assessment, and finish it. If you allow your visa to expire, you find yourself in Nigeria, you're going to start applying from Nigeria. There is nothing to touch up your CV. You're not touching up your CV. Sorry for using that word. Okay? So in life, you need to be smart. Excuse me. No matter how you love this money, you need to be smart in your decision. Okay? The same thing goes to someone that drop out too. Now, I saw this video where they posted on Instagram or something, where some students in the UK are protesting that because they drop out and they couldn't make your school fees. Now, what I say is this: students in Australia, they have wonderful opportunity in Australia. Okay, if you are in Australia and you say you cannot make your school fees, I haven't even heard of it. I haven't heard of people that drop out of school in Australia because they can't make your school fees. I haven't. And if you do, unless you are sick, okay, unless you are sick, because even the government, okay, during COVID, everybody work as much as you can. After COVID, just last year, June, they said, okay, 48 hours per fortnight, but work in aged care and work limitless hour. My question is, why can't you go and work in aged care and work limitless hour? Students do 2-3 jobs and, you know, they bang it. No condition is permanent. It's not something you do permanent. This is something you do over 2-3 years. You push it out 2 years, you are done. So you can push and knock it off. Okay? So if you ever find yourself in Australia, you know you have arrived. And that's why I said, be focused as long as you know what you are doing. Not every opportunity, someone promise anything or see anybody online, you chuck your head into it, pay someone. See, another big scam that is going around is Western Australia construction workers. Okay, construction workers visa. I made that video here and I said you can jump online to shop your CV and start looking for construction worker. I see people forming a group. I see people developing a website, charging you people for you guys to come and apply for a job. They get the job from Seek. The same Seek I gave you for free. The same Seek I showed you how to go and search for a job. They go there, get a job, put it in a website. You pay to come and access it. Just because? Tell me just because. And you are not paying for someone to come and help you apply for the job. You are paying to have access to the job advertised to the public that they brought and keep. I think I'm going to start that business too. I'm thinking it's something I need to do. At least I'm here. I will be able to find a lot of job quick and push it in my bank and lock it up. And you pay every month. I think it should be a good idea for me too. But the question is this: why do you want to do it? 20 hours, Australia is 48 hours per fortnight. However, it's only if you're not working in aged care, Deb. If you're working in aged care, you work as much as you can. as much as you can. And Australia school holidays is almost like 2 months. For example, if you're studying, November is school. First week of November, school is closed. School will start again early March. So you have November, December, January, February, 4 good months to push without school even. So you can make your school fees even before school starts. Or make at least half of it. Okay, let's say half of it. Okay? But it's not half of it. It could be almost 70% of it before school starts. So we have ample opportunity here. Just be focused. What do you want? Which visa do you think you're qualified for? Now, let me talk a bit of New Zealand, because I know some people on this live section also are in here because of New Zealand. Okay, New Zealand is such a wonderful country. Why I always talk about, if you still want to leave New Zealand, you can easily come to Australia, but not on study visa, not on temporary visa. You must be at least permanent resident of New Zealand. If you're permanent resident of New Zealand, you're still going to come with visa, but it will be easier. Does it make sense? Because you've acquired either New Zealand qualification or experience. However, if you manage to be a citizen of New Zealand, you just book a flight and come to Australia and become a permanent resident and go for citizenship if you want. Then you denounce the citizenship of New Zealand, depending on your country. Okay? If your country doesn't allow 3 citizenship, or it depends. But some people just stay in New Zealand, they are happy. It's a beautiful country. But if you said you must come to Aussie, you can still go that pathway. You know, I noticed that a lot of people, older people that are in Australia, that came before us, we came here in 2015. Most people came to New Zealand. Nigerians are not part of those. I think some Yoruba people use that part because probably, Yoruba people know how to go find some corny ways. They are good at finding corny ways. Okay, they came through New Zealand. Most of people you find out they came through New Zealand to Australia. It was our new generation now, people that came during our set and after, because Australia visa is always hard from day one. So when I see people complain now, from day one it has always been hard. People find a way to come in. People fight for it. If you are determined, you fight for it. Okay. Now, anybody that telling you that Malaysia is very close to Australia, when you come to Malaysia, you enter a bus and go to Australia, is a scam. It's not like that. So Malaysia people, they hustle visa the way they hustle from Africa. Malaysia. You see Malaysia, the way they hustle visa from Africa and Asia. Now, so Malaysia people, they hustle. So why would someone tell you, pay me? If you're going to Australia, pay me, I will do Malaysia visa for you. When you get to Malaysia, you come to. This thing happens. A guy even made the comment on my social media. I even told him I'm going to post his comment, but I forgot. I'm going to still copy it and post. Okay? Some tell you about China. They tell you about so many things. Fiji. Let me talk about it. They tell you to enter ship from Fiji. If you come with ship, there is an island, a very isolated island. Nauru, they call it Nauru. That's where Australia lock up their asylum seekers that come through ship. Go and ask Google if you think I'm joking. They will lock you up there. You see these agents, they are very cruel. They don't care. They take your money. They don't care. Once you pay them and they tell you they will arrange everything. You go to Fiji, you arrive here with ship. You won't even enter Australia. From the border, they bungle you to Nauru. Lock you up in Nauru. You live like a prisoner. And you go the beg self, may they take you home. Now you. So why would you use your money? You use your hard-earned money and buy a bondage for yourself. Buy prison for yourself. Like you use your hand, go pay for prison. You see how person go say, lock me up. Take my money and lock me up. That's what you just did. I'm not just talking because I want to talk. I'm talking because I have seen people get this visa and they contact me to make inquiry, what is this visa? Or the agent has told them all this thing. They contact me and ask me, if I come through this way, How possible is it to do? This is what my agent is telling me. Then I'll be screaming and say, what? Some agent that take your money, they don't even know the process of visa. Okay. Now about Canada study visa, I want to say it again. Okay. Just a few weeks ago, someone that is 52 years got visa to go and study in Canada. 52 years man, 52 years old man. Okay. This agent, the man was wanted to come to Australia, and you know when they talk about the age thing, so it was like no, go through Canada. 52 years, he got to do masters in Canada. He moved with a family. The family got open work permit where they can work anywhere. Like if you're a man, then your wife will get it. If you're a woman, your husband will get it. Okay, so there's always alternative. There's always alternative. You don't just block your heart or something unless you made up your mind and say this country or nothing. Then that's it. But please always check alternative. It's very important. Okay. Okay. We still have a few minutes to go. Thank you, Tolu. Thank you. Thank you, Ifeanyi. Thank you. Okay. So Australia is still giving visa. It's kind of slow now because you don't blame it. Our financial year stops in June and we are in May. So next month, the financial clock will stop. Start 30th of June. June is 30 days, and September, April, June, and November. Yes, 30. June 30. The financial year clock will stop. Then it starts again 1st July. So all the allocation given to all states, they're almost filled up. So you see why you don't blame them. Now and again, from July, then September, they will start invite. Invite will start rolling. Okay? For each state and territory. So that's why I said whatever you are doing, plan it very well. And I keep saying, if your occupation, if you check your point, is not in the high like 70, 75 and something, pipe low. Some states will add some point to you, but at least you must have at least 65 points before you add the state point of 15 or 10, depending on what they give you. But at least you must have 65, the baseline. Okay? Before you pursue that. It's very important. Now, about caregiver. Let me talk about the caregiver. The caregiver visa is only one visa. As a carer, you can only use one visa. I see people telling you guys about 491. 491, carer visa is not 491. It's employer sponsored visa 482. That's all. That's all. Okay? That's the visa you can only go for. And there is a process of skill assessment which is different from a normal skill assessment, and then you look for job. Now, before I go, let me talk about another thing. I have a pattern of question came yesterday and it's coming today again to my inbox on Facebook. Registered nurse is the only nursing or masters in nursing that you can get visa, study visa on if you want to come and study here. Diploma in nursing, if you are coming from a high risk country, Nigeria, Ghana, India, Pakistan, and so on, you can never get study permit. It's not about it's hard, it's that you are not qualified. I don't know who is posting that or telling you that, because whenever I get a pattern for question, I know that someone has posted it somewhere. Next thing, you go online, you see private colleges and you go and get admission, you pay them. You will not get visa. You are not qualified. You can only go for tier 1 qualification if you are from high risk countries. Some people are saying, nursing is in demand and stuff. That I saw a pattern message. I said I'm going to make a video about it. There is nothing like that. First tier, when you are in a high risk country, you will ask yourself one question. If someone from the high risk country can get a diploma, why are people not using it? That is one question. You think you are smarter than everyone? One question you should ask yourself is, why are people not seeing this opportunity? People know that the cheapest way to study in Australia is through diploma. But the only reason is that you are from high-risk country, you are not qualified for a visa to study a diploma course in Australia because it's not up to 2 years. To get that, no matter which course, even if diploma in medicine. For example, there's nothing like diploma in medicine anyway. Diploma in nursing in nurse, you can't get that admission from high grade. Don't go and look for someone from an Europe or something that is coming to study in nurse, and you think it's not about getting the visa, it's about qualifying. We are not even qualified for it. So we should start telling ourselves truth. Just like when I make a video, I said working holiday visa is not from people from Africa and certain Asia country. We tell ourselves the truth. It's not just to make a content. It's not for you. Working holiday visa, they have particular people they give it. You know, for every other visa, go and do them. But working holiday visa, if you don't have those passports from Europe and stuff, and Hong Kong and there's another Asian country and stuff, then it's not for you. Okay, I think if you still have question, please drop your question, and I think I will go now and I have a consultation in the next 5 minutes, and drop your question. And I said Australia is a beautiful country. I will start saying New Zealand too is a beautiful country. Canada, no matter how you people are talking about Canada, people are still going. And I think that study visa is also a good option because dependents is allowed to go. So if you cannot do express entry and you think you can afford your study in Canada, please go ahead. You can still reach your promised land and stuff. Okay. It's not easy to live abroad. However, it is doable. However, we love our Australia. It's beautiful. Okay. All right. Drop your question, and thank you guys. Okay. Take care. Bye for now.